for record purposes, so that if you win on July 14th, they would play back all of this in their minds, or play it back physically and remember exactly what the general said when he came on this program. Now, these things that you have talked about, they look so easy to do. We want to look at timelines. What period do you think you can fix these roads, you can fix the hospitals, fix the health sector, and fix the security? What are the timelines that you are putting down for each of these, so that they can remember, the people there can remember that you said this at this time before you got elected?
For you to understand the process, you must have money. You must have an inflow of revenue to follow up the time process. I've looked at the budget that this present government referred to, the budget of continuity. And I know that with what we have in Edo State, where you are allocating just 3.9 billion and you are to health, 7.7 billion to education. And in the same budget, you are giving beautification 18 billion. You are giving Ministry of Works 43 billion. It's priority. The areas I've said I will declare emergency will enjoy my budgetary provisions. And I can assure you, in the first 1 year in office, you will see a change in these directions. It's very clear. I will reverse a budget they call a budget of continuity, meaning it's a budget of destruction for the people. I will reverse them to ensure that those areas, in terms of education by United Nations provision should be 25% of your budget. But calculate what 7.7 is in our budget. It's not even up to 17%. Yes. Well, for Edo State that requires a revamping and a quick turnaround, I think we need to change our budgeting process.
So in 12 months,
yes, in 12 months,
you are giving a guarantee that in 12 months we should begin
to feel the presence of a new government of Edo State
in all these areas.
In all these areas.
Okay, Aisha.
Okay, we've talked about timelines, and we've talked a bit about money, but I want us to go back to the budget. If we use the 2012 budget of 150 billion, where 40% is spent on recurrent and 60% is spent on capital projects. Now, you've mentioned that, okay, maybe it's a matter of priorities. You would reallocate what is there, but let's pretend that it won't be enough. And you seem to be against taxes, and you've actually promised Edo citizens that you're going to reduce taxes. Meanwhile, Governor Shimole is on record for having increased IGR by over 300% since he came, using taxes amongst other things. How will you increase the funds for Edo State, bearing in mind that you only have about 60% of your budget to work on in terms of capital expenditure?
Yes, I want to address the issue of revenue generation for the state. We know that Edo State is predominantly a civil service state, and you are taxing them, a state that has no industry that is functional. You are coming up with draconian tax system, levies, and this is a government that came on board promising people that levies, even at motor parks, will be cancelled. You now come up because you want to increase your IGR at the expense of the people you are supposed to govern. It's unacceptable. All you need to do is to review the revenue profile and the way it is spent. I believe that the first thing we should do is to block the leakages of this present government. A situation where contracts are awarded arbitrarily, not following the due process. And that is why we're having problems. You award the contract, take airport route, for instance. You awarded airport route. The first award was 4.5 billion for a road that is less than 7 kilometers. If you put your odometer, it's exactly 6.82 kilometers. And we have done it in 4 years. You cancelled it because you took some money from the contractor. You have re-awarded it for another 6-something million. So far, airport road has got 10-something billion, 10.8. That is enough to take roads to the 48 communities that even are in Oba area. I want to talk about leakages because I believe that this present government, they know that there's a problem in that direction, and that is why there are these draconian laws to milk the people of their money.
So can I say, Edo State currently spends 19% of its 40% on personnel cost. So putting that aside, how much do you think you'll save by blocking these leakages? Let's just estimate. I mean, will you save another 5%, 10%? How much do you think is going to leakages? I am
likely to save another 12% because
out of the
leakages.
Out of the 19%.
Yes, out of that 90%, you can block the leakages because the money is there. It's in the system. I can assure you, Aisha, I'm an accountant, and I know that when you rearrange your budget, when you mechanize it, you will get a lot from it. I've done it in the army. When I was there, I changed the budgeting system in such a way that we were able to realign our budgeting system to effectively touch what exactly we need it for. And that is the truth. And that's exactly what's going to happen in Edo State. I managed the Nigerian Army Finance Corps for 3 years at the head of it. So it's something that is doable. It's something you can achieve.
Okay, General, talking about industrialization and infrastructural provision, which comes first?
Infrastructure comes first, because without road, water, light, you can't talk about industries. And they're not available. They're not here. You see, those are the things you must talk about. You even need the roads to, if you want to diversify. Because I'm a proponent of, if oil dries up today in this country, in Edo State, does it mean we just fold our hands? No. Edo State has a land mass of 19,978 or 802 square kilometers. 70% of it is for agric. Is swampy, is savannah, is forest. You have it. It's there. All we need to do is to put the people together and make sure that we effectively use this land, provide the infrastructure, and everybody will be encouraged. Open up the farm settlements, encourage our youth to go back to the farms, create new towns, and I think we'll be ready for.
So how do you then react to those who say that the present government, they are doing exactly what you are saying now, creating the infrastructure to give vent to industrialization? And then those who say that, look, your party, PDP, that's at the center, has created the problem of poor industrialization across board. Almost all industries are gone under in the Nigeria of today.
I will not fully agree with you that the infrastructure in Edo State are leading into industrialization. No, I don't agree. Take the road from New Lagos, Lagos Road, coming all the way to New Benin. It's a straight stretch of about 8 kilometers. And I can assure you that the amount of money that has been pumped into this is well over 5 billion.
A federal road for that matter.
No, I don't think that is I'm talking of the New Lagos Road. I'm not talking of the one going to the 5 junction. Behind it, you have well over 139 roads, feeder roads, and only 20 are motorable. Some people even have to park their cars off the road and move into their houses. And I think it is not effective. The money you are applying, I'm talking of the Egosa Strait, the money you are applying here in just doing the road I call the showcase roads, they are not economic. Can be used to effectively find ways to the farm settlements so that even the food crops we get can come out to these industries. And I think that is what we need to do with our money, and not the money finding its way into different pockets.
All right, thank you so much. We'll take another break. We'll be back soon.
Make sure say work they go on for everywhere. put caterpillar everywhere. Start something.
But bros, if for better we start and finish the one we go fit do one by one, instead say work for everywhere, scatter everywhere, and we no go fit finish am.
Una get sense at all. Finish meeting. Na election year be this. Una no know say when work dey go on everywhere, the people go believe us, and then they go give us their vote.
Okay, says you.
Na to win election na dey now. After the election, everybody go answer papa name.
People of Edo State, make we wise for this election when they come, so make we not let them deceive us with the kind of work that they pretend to do for we state, because na election year. Them not fit fool us. We know say them not ready to finish them. Vote wisely. Vote for Charles Egi Ariabe, the man will get better plan. Vote the new PDP. Bros Charlie, now you be the man. Edo people fit trust.
Tribal politics.
Let's work together to bring development to After my land, to Isako. Because it will not happen again that Isako man is governor, Isako man is speaker, Isako man is head of service.
Wonderful.
After my man is secretary to government. Wonderful. It has never happened before, and I'm not sure when next it will happen at all.
My great Bini people, now you can truly see the game plan. It's all about tribal politics. It's not really about us. What do you think? Is it not wise for us to vote one of our own this time around? Let's vote wisely. Vote Charles Ehige Ariabe for governor. Vote the new PDP.
Welcome back. It's Edo Decides 2012. Keep the questions coming in. Edo Decides 2012 at yahoo.com and the SMS short code 33128. The candidate on the hot seat is General Charles Ehige Ariabe, who is the candidate of the PDP. General, very quickly, your promoters and your sponsors seem to parade you as a Bini candidate. They are not promoting your experience, your capabilities and capacities, your track record and all of that. They seem to promote you as a Bini candidate. Is that what you stand for?
Money. I don't stand for that at all. It's one of the political arrangements, if I have to say so. And I want to tell you that they parade my capacity, they parade the fact that I'm a major general. They've paraded it. The fact that I moved through the system unblemished, played my part, held several appointments, and I delivered on the job. It's enough to parade. But the most important to parade here is that Edo South is given the opportunity to hope that they hold the highest voting strength. And they flaunt that. It doesn't mean that that is exactly what they want to sell. They just flaunt it because they believe that they've been given the opportunity before and they are doing it. This is an opportunity for them to do it again. And that is exactly what I believe they're going for. But let us put tribal politics behind us, because that is exactly what others have done. They started it. When you go into government house today, all the appointments have been skewed towards a particular tribe. And I think that is exactly what it's giving room to this type of a question. But I want to assure you that when I take over as the governor of Edo State, I'm going to be the governor of all. You can imagine what happened when PDP won the center. All the commissioners that are of Esan origin were removed from government. That is the problem you find in a state where the leadership does not believe that he's a leader of all. Even the federal government, not everybody voted for President Jonathan. He won with about 55% margin over his other opponents. And he's a president of the whole state, of the whole country. But what we're experiencing in Edo State is there is that marginalization. If it's possible, the present governor of Edo State will build a bridge from Iho, overhead bridge that will take him so that he doesn't even go through the Eastern land. It's not that it's